Just days ahead of the Democratic National Convention, many are concerned about how Chicago police will respond to the tens of thousands of protesters expected to march.
Chicago's police superintendent has promised officers will respect First Amendment rights. But as investigator Dave Savini reports, experts are questioning how well police were trained to do that.
I want people to know the difference between protesting and rioting.
He's said it over.
There is a distinct difference between a riot and a peaceful protest.
And over again.
We've laid out clear plans on those expectations.
Chicago Police Superintendent Larry Snelling is confident his officers are ready for DNC protesters.
And they've been through some serious training, and we're ready to go.
We have seen the training, we have seen the policies.
Alexandra Block is with the American Civil Liberties Union.
We still have a lot of concern because there are gaps.
She says she saw those gaps firsthand. She's part of the coalition of lawyers in charge of enforcing the federal consent decree put in place to create reform at CPD.
We are concerned that officers are not being given appropriate instruction to step back and allow free expression.
She and the coalition recently sat in on a demonstration of CPD's training on their mass arrest policy to get an idea of how police will respond during the DNC. CBS News Chicago investigators obtained this consent decree status report filed in court this month. It says the coalition found concerning deficiencies with CPD's training.
It is important that our officers understand the First Amendment and the protection of First Amendment activity.
But the consent decree status report argues CPD's training does not clearly explain when arrests are and are not permitted.
We have heard some mixed messages out of Superintendent Snelling's pulpit, and that is a bit concerning.
The coalition fears this could lead to mass arrests for minor issues.
Things like blocking a sidewalk, blocking a street, unless there's some intention behind it that people are endangering other people.
These concerns in part stemming from how Chicago police handled the George Floyd unrest in 2020. A Chicago Inspector General probe found incidents where protesters were struck by batons and punched or kicked in cases that didn't involve looting. The IG found these types of incidents were more widespread than CPD reported.
We know CPD's response in 2020 was grossly abusive and unconstitutional, and we want to ensure that that is not repeated.
I think that if there's anything that we've learned from history and history of the Chicago Police Department, that there probably will be arrests.
Hatem Abudeya is the national chair of the United States Palestinian Community Network. He's heading up what will likely be the largest demonstration, where he says tens of thousands of people will peacefully protest, demanding the U.S. stop funding Israel's war in Gaza.
I am hoping that there won't be massive violence perpetrated against us by the cops, because that's what we've seen many, many times in the past.
I don't know that they will arrest us. We're going to march peacefully.
Mr. Labor, I hope you're listening and you give us a contract.
Police will have to exercise a delicate judgment on protesters, including fellow first responders from the Firefighters Union, marching without a permit.
So do you plan to walk as far as you can down Madison?
That's correct.
Right up to the United Center?
As far as I can go.
What we're hoping CPD will do is that unless protesters are harming other people or destroying property, that they will be left alone to exercise their First Amendment rights.
For months now, CPD has refused to release any records to us about what kind of training officers have received for the convention. Superintendent Snelling declined our request for a one-on-one interview. For the CBS News Chicago investigators, I'm Dave Savini.